All right, everyone, welcome to Atlanta Startup Village number 72. Give yourselves a round of applause. You are in the largest monthly meetup of entrepreneurs in the Southeast. If you follow us on Meetup, you will know that that actually means there are 15,000 members. So if you are not a member, you should, If you are not a member, you should join there because that's where you'll get all the updates. I know it's Meetup, so that seems strange, but 15,000 people are not wrong. So join us there to follow along. You can also follow along on social, hashtag ATLSV, Twitter, or Instagram. Okay, I'm Allie. I am your MC. I'm also the person that you should come chat with after the show if you want to present. We have a pretty low bar for presenting. You have to be based in Atlanta, you're a startup, and you can demo something. I know, right? And that doesn't mean it even has to be an app. If you guys were here last month, you saw a guy come up with a bag for throwing your socks into. I will put you up. If you have a startup in Atlanta, come talk to me, please. Okay, I got to do some housekeeping here. As you know, first up, normally we are the last Monday of the month every month, but next month, it's Thanksgiving, and the months after that, it's Christmas. So instead, 12/2 is the next one, and then after that, it'll be January. So keep that in mind. It's a weird Monday, I know. I will put it out on social media to remind you guys and myself. All right, so we have a couple of different things. First of all, who here has beer and is excited about this? That should be all of you. Yes, all right. The beer is due to the fantastic sponsorship of Aprio, and they are going to come up and chat with you about it. You guys ready? Okay, give a warm welcome to your beer sponsors here tonight.
So obviously the bar is very low if they're letting a bunch of professional service people, speak tonight. But we're going to keep it short and sweet. Cheers to the presenters tonight. This is awesome. Thanks for having us. At Aprio, we're a CPA-led advisory firm, and we like to invest in our clients. Do you need introductions? Do you want to, get into a new industry and get those introductions to those customers? Do you want funding? Should you be a C Corp or an S Corp? All I'll tell you is we do it all. We have 600 people. We speak 25 languages. We have a presence in all states. We're now starting to do R&D tax credits in the UK, Australia, Canada, and with me is Adam Rhymes. We just started doing bookkeeping. Nobody likes to do bookkeeping. You guys, your time is money. Do not do your own bookkeeping.
Thanks, Meredith. Hey, my name is Adam Rhymes. Thanks for having me tonight. I like to call it managed accounting. Thank you. Oh, I also have to hold this up. So one of the most important things that you're going to have to deal with as a startup is your cash flow, making sure you have money in the bank, make sure that your bills get paid, managing all that. So I run a group of people. We have about 75, 80 people here in the U.S. who help our clients manage those things that you guys don't really have time for and probably don't want to do. So come talk to us later. We, Aprio as a firm, we handle taxes, we handle accounting, we help with audits. Again, my group will help you with cash flow, pitch decks, board decks, all of those fun, exciting things. So good luck tonight. Hope you guys do really well and appreciate you having us out.
All right, so as you can see, we have a live stream, and that means that every single month all of this gets recorded so that people can watch it later or they can watch it live. We actually have typically about 100 people who watch it at home. So you are in good company, especially when it rains. There's usually 100. So this is all due to the fantastic volunteer services of PullSpark. If you guys could all turn around and wave for me. Yeah, thank you, PullSpark. PullSpark does this out of the kindness of their hearts every single month and then puts that video up on YouTube. So if you're a presenter, you can watch it later. If you're me, you watch it later and tell yourself what not to do. Once I fell over a mic cord, that lives forever. So we really appreciate them keeping us up to date and helping everybody be able to see this no matter where they are. And now, the final sponsor for the night. You guys are in the fantastic space of Atlanta Tech Village. They have been our eternal sponsor since very, very beginning. I think they started at Startup Village number 6. And they have sponsored us every single month. They put up the space, they have the chairs, they now have all the fancy electronics, and it's wonderful. So can I get a round of applause for ATV, please?
Thanks, y'all. This is the interactive portion of the evening. Raise your hand if this is your first time at a Startup Village. Wow, welcome. welcome, guys. We are so excited that you are here. Raise your hand if you are not currently a member of Atlanta Tech Village. Okay, keep your hand up if you're an entrepreneur. Keep your hand up still if you have a startup with proprietary technology. Okay. Okay, you in the back, I am talking to you. So Atlanta Tech Village is the 4th largest technology startup hub in the nation. We have a little over 300 startups in the building right now, which makes up a little over 1,100 members, and we think that you guys should be a part of it. So we all have heard that ominous stat that 9 out of 10 startups fail within the first 5 years. We are actively trying to change that for tech startups in Atlanta through community and through resources. So if success and community sound awesome to you, we would love to talk to you, so you can come see us in the back at the sound booth at the end. Thanks, y'all. Have a good night.
Got a little more housekeeping. We do it up front now, so we don't have to do it at the end. Okay. You are all sitting in chairs that are going to be put up and taken down by our fantastic volunteers. You also put on name tags, and people told you where to sign things and helped you in the door and got you beer. That is also due to our volunteers. Volunteers just come in, spend a little time with us, and in return, they get 30 seconds to pitch in front of you guys. So if you want to be a volunteer, you don't maybe want to spring for the big bucks for the beer, but you still want 30 seconds in front of this awesome crowd, chat with me after as well. Okay, so my volunteers for tonight, can I have Daniel and Chris come on up? Where are they? There they are in the back. Round of applause, y'all.
All right, I wrote this down. Hey, folks, I'm Dan, and this is Chris. We're from Big Nerd Ranch, a digital product development and consulting training company here in Atlanta. We've taught and built products for some of the most well-known tech companies and also for ambitious and aspiring startup entrepreneurs like yourselves. So we're here to offer a free half-day product workshop to entrepreneurs to build for you to build a solid foundation for your minimum viable product. So we'll draw from practices and methodologies like design thinking, lean UX, and lean startup. If you're interested, we'll be in the back at the end. There's a sign-up form. Again, it's a free half-day workshop. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And my second volunteer, Sean, where are you? With Mobile App Hero. This is where you guys clap. Clap for Sean. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Yes, my name is Sean Johnson. I'm with Mobile App Hero, but I'm actually here for my client, New Georgia Project. New Georgia Project is a very large political organization started by Stacey Abrams and Say Ufat. We are throwing a civic engagement game jam. So you can come out, win some cash, win some prizes, create some video games to solve some really big problems, getting people to register to vote. If you're interested in the event, or you just like cash, or you like video games, please meet me at the back. Thank you.
Thank you. And I have one more volunteer. Can I have Rick with Modern CPA Group? Come on down. One more round of applause.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Rick, owner of Modern CPA Group. I'm a certified public accountant. We help businesses, entrepreneurs, and startups manage their finances and make smart financial decisions to positively impact their bottom line. So if you guys are tired of wearing too many hats, definitely give us a call. I'll be in the back as well. Would love to speak with you, giving out a free consultation to everybody who schedules with us today, and look forward to hearing from you.
All right, who is ready to hear some startup pitches? That's what I thought. That's why we're here. All right, we are going to give a warm welcome to our first presenter of the night, Opti. Welcome.
Hi everyone, my name is Johnki Vancia, and I created the easiest way to clean your glasses. So when I was in college, people would wave to me, and I wouldn't even see it. They would come up to me and ask me, Johnki, are you mad at me? We waved to you, why didn't you wave back? Every single time I'd have to say, sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses. This happened so often that I stepped back and I asked myself, why don't I ever wear my glasses? I then realized that the process of cleaning them was such a hassle, I'd rather not even wear them. A week later went by, I went home for spring break, and that's all I did. I researched, and I found out that there was no product that solved this problem. But what I did find out was that these are the problems that most people had. They were confused on what method to use to clean their glasses. Should I use a napkin? Why can't I use my shirt? Why can't I use a microfiber cloth that isn't protected? So the reason why is, well, a napkin, the wooden fibers are too coarse. A microfiber cloth that isn't protected, and a t-shirt build up dirt and dust that will later scratch your glasses. I realized that your microfiber cloth is so powerful. It can make your glasses unwearable. It can scratch any $100 coating you have on your glasses. So then I found out that these are the other problems people face. I said, this is an epiphany. I need to fix every single problem that's majorly making this process not seamless. So cleaning it, why does it, when you clean your glasses, it smudges more? You have dirt fall back onto it. Why do I have to carry a spray? I don't want to lose it. I want them to be machine washable. I don't want to hand wash my microfiber cloths. Normally you have to hand wash them after every 3 to 4 uses. That's ridiculous. And I want some that last longer. So in Opti, our mission is that for decades, the microfiber cloth has been ignored. People don't want microfiber cloths that are just pretty. They want ones that actually work. We are changing the way you experience cleaning your glasses and making it a seamless process and giving you all the tools that you need. And this is how. Our technology. We have advanced fiber technology. So our fibers are electrically charged, what this means is that it uses static to pick up particles in an easy, gentle, fast, and efficient way. The fibers are also spiral. So unless it's a regular microfiber cloth where the weave is like this, and dirt and dust lie on top of it, a spiral traps the dirt and dust inside. So there's less fallback and less smudging that occurs. And we dedicated one side especially for your hand, so there's no buildup on the cleaning side. And here's a SEM picture of a spiral capturing a particle. Very cool. Another really great aspect is the mesh holder. So your cloth needs to be protected at all times. Again, so the buildup doesn't happen. We made it so it's smaller than the average wallet size, AKA portable, and this makes it machine washable. Because if you just throw the cloth in the washing machine by itself, fibers from like your t-shirt or socks will get onto it, and it'll damage the cloth and your glasses lens. And here are the reviews. Proud to say that we have all 5-star reviews, verified buyers, people I don't know. I promise. So what's really cool is that people say one swipe works better than expected. You don't know that you need it until you get it, and that their glasses are always clear. And I also want to extend the magic of Opti to all of you. So for the next 24 hours, you all have 50% off using the code StartupVillage. You can check out the website at useopti.com, email us at hello@useopti, and follow us on social media at useopti. Thank you. Now if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. Sure. Patents? So this technology, I have the intellectual right to use it, but I don't have the patent on it. Not yet. Thank you. How do I find my buyers? So I solely use e-commerce. So that is like targeting, using SEO and ads and stuff like that.
Who is your ultimate buyer?
Who is my ultimate buyer? A busy glasses wearer who doesn't have the time to use all these knickknacks to clean their glasses. Yeah. Right there.
How many iterations did you go through on the fiber design before settling on spiral?
Sure. So this took a year. Oh, sorry. How many iterations did it take for the design before launch? So it took a year to develop, and I think it took about maybe 3 to 4 tries until we realized like this is the one that like solves all the problems. Do I sell mainly to consumers or am I targeting businesses as well? So right now it's directly through e-commerce, but I've been talking to optometrists and other shops in order to partner with them. Thank you. In the back.
Yes, can I use it on my laptop screen and cell phone?
So he asked, can I use it on my laptop or cell phone screen? And yes, right now because I want to target a niche market, that's why I'm only talking to glasses wearers, but you can use it on any screen.
Where are you manufacturing?
Where am I manufacturing? So the technology gets manufactured in Japan, but everything else, like the stitching and sewing, gets manufactured in Atlanta. Any other questions? Oh, back there.
Will you have these in additional colors?
Well, I have these additional colors. So you see like the black side is the side you hold with your hand. Those can be additional colors. However, the gray side can't change yet. Is my product exclusive? What does that mean? No, they don't. My competitors, so there's 2 competitors around the same price point, but they don't come with a mesh holder, and that they don't have the same technology that we use.
Price point,
Yes.
your distribution model, you're saying right now it's D2C, right? And then the
D2C.
question is what's your scale?
Scale. Can you repeat the first question? Price point. So the price point is $14. And right now we are D2C. And your third question is, what's the scale? So right now we're honing in on making the eyewear cleaning process seamless. So what that means is more cloths, bigger sizes, different tools that come along with it, and then branching out to like computers or phones, stuff like that. Right now, I cannot handle an order of 10,000, but hopefully in the future. Hopefully a year and a half. Right now, we can handle 1,500 right now. every 3 weeks. Yeah. Thanks. Oh, one more. This will be the last question.
I think you said you currently license the technology or have use for it, or you license it to somebody else. Does that license expire eventually?
Does the license expire? Oh, sorry, yeah. Does the licensing expire? From what I remember, I think it's 5 years.
And she is slightly early, so give her a round of applause. That was one of the more efficient rounds that we've had, so I always find that really interesting. Okay, so those of you who have been here before, you know that in between, I've attempted a lot of things to throw swag at y'all. You don't actually want me to throw it, but what I do have is this fantastic shirt that says, "Put a dent in the universe," and the way that you are gonna get it is you now have to be the loudest person in the room who wants this shirt. So, who would like this shirt? Give me some music. Oh, too bad. I hear some screaming. All right. She's got real excited. There you go. Thank you for playing along. Don't worry, there will be more swag and more awkward music moments. If I have too many people, I will do a dance-off, so be ready for that. I'm not making that up. I really will do it. We are switching over here. So, as I mentioned before, if you want to present, come chat with me after. As you can see, I will put you up if you have an app. I will put you up if you have a physical product. Tonight we actually have half and half, 2 physical products and 2 apps, and this is the second of our physical products pitching now. So if you guys can give a round of applause to Royalty Headwear.
Good evening, my name is Jabril Edmondson. I'm here representing Royalty Headwear. So I need you guys' help real quick. So I want you to start this phrase for me. Blank runs the world. Money, right? Money runs the world. Wrong. Girls, that's good. But I say that culture runs the world. Things like music, movies, food, dance are the things that are the driving force behind consumption. One of the most culturally influential components of the African American community is hair. So much so that the black hair care market is a $2.5 billion market. So much so that venture capitalist firms like Anderson and Horowitz are investing millions of dollars into this market. And with the growing interest in natural hair care and new accessories, the growth is exponential. Back in 2016, I decided to dive right into this community, particularly trying to perfect the ubiquitous hairstyle called waves. So waves is the hairstyle that's literally just laid down curls, a compressed curl that's on top of your head. And one of the key components to effectively achieving this is by using a do-rag. So my partner Deshaun is gonna come up and give us a walkthrough on how you're supposed to put on a traditional do-rag. So we're gonna talk through some of the reasons that the traditional do-rag is terrible. First off, it's uncomfortable. Generally speaking, when you put this do-rag on, you have deep, dark lines across your forehead as well as in the back. And when you tie that knot in the back, it's often uncomfortable to sleep on. Secondly, it's cheap and unhealthy products that are made from this. This is a cheap polyester satin that lays on top of your head, normally tearing away at your hair, as well as breaking down really easily. And then lastly, it just takes too long. Imagine putting this on your head at night. You came home from work. You know, we're working people. Why would we want to do something that's going to take that long? I mean, I know y'all saw him. He put the strap in his mouth. That was absurd, but that's normal for putting a do-rag on. So back in August of 2018, Deshaun and I decided to take on the challenge and create a product that was going to be the best and perfect product for achieving the optimum wave style hairstyle. You're trash. So what we created was what we call now the royalty rag. With the royalty rag, we wanted to focus on improving three main things: convenience, compression, and comfort. The first one being convenience. On the traditional do-rag, we had two straps on it. We cut it down to just one. Compression, as I spoke to, waves are just laid down curls. So we wanted to make sure that with the fabric that we had, we changed it to a soft spandex so it's the most compressive for your hair. And lastly, it's comfort. As I spoke to previously, the traditional do-rag cuts off circulation in your forehead. So what we did was add two Velcro straps to the one strap on the royalty rag so that when you attach it, it's easy to apply and it's comfortable to sleep in. When we took this to market, we realized that there was more that we can do. So we reinvented the traditional compression cap, which is an addition to the traditional do-rag. We made it out of the same spandex as our royalty rag and added a secure and comfortable elastic band so that you're increasing security and comfort. The royalty rag was so unique to the market that we decided to go ahead and get our patent. We're currently patent pending for a design patent. Secondly, we knew our brand was so unique that we were going to have to reach out and make sure that we maintain protection via national trademarks and local trademarks. Now let's talk about growth. We are at nearly 10,000 followers on Instagram. We sold in 48 out of 50 states in 9 different nations, including the US. Year to date, we have a gross revenue of $60,000 with a gross margin of 51% on each one of our products. We sold over 2,700 products combined royalty rag and the royalty cap, and we've had over 2,500 orders. All of this success is strictly because of our fans. In this video, you can see some of our fans actually coming back to us and showing us how much they enjoyed our product and the results of it. You can see that up in these videos as well. We know this. They come back to us and let us know that this is what they want to see and more of it. Royalty Hairwear is just not about do-rags and waves. It's about becoming the most innovative black hair company in the world. So I'll leave you with this as we tell our consumers: wear it, respect it, and let us care for your crown. Thank you very much. Now open for questions. Here. So mainly we've been doing e-commerce distribution. He asked, who have we reached out to kind of distribute our product to the next level? So mainly we've done this exclusively ourselves using e-commerce. We've reached out to some big names in the black hair industry, like particularly for our niche market. If I said the name, probably wouldn't recognize it, but there's a guy named 360 Jeezy. Don't worry about it. But some guys out there. So we regularly reach out on Instagram to these guys and just let them know, like, hey, this is what we have. We've gotten great responses from them and just kind of giving us that cosign.
Did you all get, I was about to ask if you were working with an influencer to get those 10,000 followers. Is that what worked for you, or was it an organic growth, or how could you talk a little bit more about how you got such a robust following on Insta?
Right. So he asked us, how do we basically acquire 10,000 followers on Instagram? Did we work with an influencer or with an ad? It was kind of a combination of both. Initially, we reached out to some influencers. We got some cosign from them. We did some ad spend, but a good bit of it was just genuinely organic.
I'm just curious, like you have obviously you're going national, right? Do you have certain areas, geographic areas that are, maybe more interested in the product, or is it simply?
Are you talking internationally or nationally? Okay. He asked, do we have larger following than different parts of the nation? Yes. So we find our largest cities would be New York, Atlanta, Philadelphia, California, and Houston, Texas.
What does it retail for?
The royalty rag retails for $16.99, and the royalty cap retails for $11.99. He asked, did you see a personalization option? And previously he asked, what's the retail price? Yes, so the personalization option for the royalty rag and cap.
And what's that price point?
It's $10 extra to have the customization.
Have you been doing most of your marketing through social media, or have you
She asked, have we been doing most of our marketing through social media, or have you done any other types? Yes, it's mainly through social media. We've done a little bit of person-to-person, but mainly social media.
Your customers come back a second and third time, or are they one-time shops?
Initially, we thought they were going to be one-time shops, but they've come back, especially because he asked me, do our customers come back often? And yes, they do, especially once we started offering the customization option. They come back quite a few times to just get something else or a different color, that type of thing.
How long does your hair be for this project work?
It depends on what type of hair you have. But normally, for kinky or curly hair, I get my hair cut at a 2. I don't know if that helps, but for straight hair, you have to grow it out quite a while to be about 6 or 7 inches to kind of get that curl pattern cut for it to fall over.
How unique is the fabric, and are you concerned about someone basically copying your brand?
He asked, how unique is the fabric? So the fabric is, kind of internationally produced, particularly for our market. It's really unique, but I guess in general, that fabric is kind of ubiquitous. I'm not so worried about somebody stealing the fabric because ultimately they can't take the design, so.
Do you guys have it, are you able to make, do you guys offer a different material? Because as like silk do-rags work better than cotton do-rags, do you guys offer it in like a silk rag as well, or is it just like the one fabric that you guys have?
Yeah, so we offer in different types of fabric, and we offer it exclusively in the soft spandex because we've seen that it works better for maintaining moisture and actually compressing your hair, so it's actually better than those general satins. Oh, sorry.
Have you guys worked with any HBCUs thus far?
She asked, have you worked with any HBCUs so far? And no, not yet, but we plan to.
I think you said the hair market is big, but how big is the market for this?
I guess he said, how big is this market specifically for do-rags and this short hair? I would say that it's as large as any market that has short hair, so it's global, so it's exponential. So do I have a specific number, but I would say it's exponential.
The KPIs you shared, 60,000 revenue over what time period is that?
That's an 8-month span. He asked the 60,000, what's the period over that? It's an 8-month span.
Do you guys have any tutorials that you will have on the website to like give people advice on how to get wavy hair with the do-rag?
He asked, do we have any videos for advice on how to get wavy hair? We have a couple, but the next step is to introduce more products so that we can use our products to show them how to get to it.
Thank you, guys. I can see that there's a lot more questions. They will be up here after the show. Please come chat with them. All right. Can I have a little music, Skip? because what I now have is apparently these are very popular. This is a pair of socks. Now, if you are a lady, you were sitting on there and you're like, those are some dress socks. You were wearing boots. These will work for you too. So, who would like a pair of socks? And who's going to be the loudest for it? Oh, I've got one person who's excited about his socks, and that is it. Ladies, where are you? Oh no, she wins. She's all about it. I'm a little sad right now. Don't worry, I have more. I have both a hat and a shirt, so you guys better think about this because I will actually get you guys more involved. Trust me. I'm going to come in the back. I'm going to hassle you. Those of you in the back are not safe. I'm going to come back there and look at you. I know several of you in the back. I will be asking you. All right. And now we are up to our third presenter. Oh, by the way, normally this is 5 companies, 5-minute pitches. Our 5th presenter tonight had to back out because she got into an accelerator and they started tonight. Don't worry, Mini City will be presenting next month at the 12-2, so if you were hoping to see them, please come back and support them then. All right, are we ready to go? So let's give a warm welcome to our 3rd presenters for the night, MedAdvisor.
Hello everyone, can you hear us? Thanks for coming out tonight. My name is Anthony Hartley. This is my business partner.
Hi, I'm Sanjit Patel.
And we're going to talk to you today about our platform, MedAdvisor. Months ago, we decided that we wanted to do a pivot and focus on stem cell therapy. Now, some of you have heard of stem cell therapy. You have different opinions about it. And for years, people have been misinformed or misled about stem cells or stem cell therapy. We're going to show you a short video that kind of illustrates what some people might see as a reaction when they first hear this.
Was it?
So, this is not my son, by the way. As you can see from the baby's reaction, the expression, it's something of surprise, it's something of disbelief, and things have really changed a lot in the last years. I mean, we've been focused on doing more and more of the research, focusing on gathering that research for people, because we see and we believe that this is one of the most important things you're ever going to see in medicine in your lifetime. There's more and more clinical trials, more and more studies that are going on in this particular field. And so one of the things that we've been doing for the last months is we do the research on clinics to vet the clinics, and that due diligence continues. When you often hear about stem cells or stem cell therapy in the media, unfortunately what you often hear is of a negative consequence of someone being harmed by a doctor, unfortunately. And what we believe what we needed to do was to focus on vetting the clinics, working with the subject matter experts, and making this become something more possible for more people so they realize that this is something accessible to them. So this next video is going to show you an example of perhaps someone you know. It's going to talk about 2 patients, and it's going to talk about, you're going to hear from a doctor that's talking about how this science is evolving.
Out of the latest on Selma Blair's health battle, the actress revealing the new way that she's treating her multiple sclerosis, trying to reboot her immune system. Whit Johnson has the details.
Actress Selma Blair opening up about the new stage in her painful battle with multiple sclerosis. Her latest Instagram post showing her bare legs. The caption reading, "The beginning is hard. I have to remember. #HSCT. HSCT, or hematopoietic stem cell transplantation, has long been used to treat cancers of the blood and bone marrow. Now, doctors are using it to attempt to reboot the immune system in MS patients, hoping to stop the attack on the brain and spinal cord. Dr. Alana Katz-Sand of Mount Sinai Hospital, who is not treating Selma Blair, says at most medical centers, this transplant is still in clinical trials.
The newer therapies are higher efficacy than the older therapies that we had. But I think that's very promising, and it makes us want to continue working on this.
The transplant is a long and painful process. First, stem cells are harvested. Then the patient is given chemotherapy for over a week to suppress immune cells. The stem cells initially harvested from the patient are infused back into the body. The risk of infection is high, and doctors may monitor patients in the hospital for months while the immune system rebuilds itself. 49-year-old Allison Carr battled undiagnosed MS for years, and when there were no more medications for her to try in 2014, she had a stem cell transplant.
My whole life, I had always just felt so sick.
Just 2 months after the transplant, the mother of 4 says she felt better than she had in 26 years.
I woke up one morning and the first thought in my mind was, is this what healthy people feel like?
While this transplant needs more study and is not yet considered a cure, many doctors are hopeful.
The idea here where you could actually just reset or reboot the immune system and that people could potentially even be cured of the disease is very appealing.
So in that video, you see an example of 2 patients with multiple sclerosis. There's other conditions as well where we can see that there's not just the possibility of treating the patients, but as this doctor mentioned, a cure. It's something that continues to evolve. That's why we've been working on this for a while. We're working with the clinics, we're working with subject matter experts, and it should just be a matter of time before this becomes more standard practice. What you often hear is people think of this as a last resort, when in fact this should become something as a standard practice. So we want to bring this to the people. I think we have time for questions now. Yes. So the question is, what is the product or service? Well, there's so many clinics in the US, and we have done the vetting, and we continue to do the due diligence. So ideally what's going to happen is more people can come to our platform and feel confident about booking an appointment at a clinic. What we hear sometimes is that someone has gone to some clinic in a shopping mall, and they're not really treated by someone that has the training or has had a sufficient time treating these kind of patients with this therapy. And so there's a lot of misinformation, so we want to make that clear for more people. Now, part of beyond that is the consultancy aspect. So we have plenty of data that we've been collecting. We've been working with the doctors and subject matter experts to show that there's a lot of potential in terms of how this can help the patients. One of the areas we've been targeting is employers and organizations, so they can see that for a lot of their people that have chronic conditions, we can do the analysis, and then we can show that there is the possibility this is a better alternative to other treatments or other recommendations that they've been receiving. Yes? Yes?
What is your revenue model?
This is one of the things we're still working on. So we believe, what is the revenue model? There can be different things. One of the areas eventually, hopefully, insurers are going to get on board. There are some that already would pay for this kind of treatment. It depends upon the insurer and the kind of plans. Another thing is eventually an employer is going to stand to benefit. They have an incentive, and the employee as well, as opposed to other treatments that are on the market.
To add to that, the way insurance, or actually the way employers do their insurance, they have a deductible on top of your personal deductible. So you might pay for some of your medical expenses out of pocket, and then there's a cap that each employer has to pay too. And for chronic treatments, for things like arthritis, the companies or employers would benefit by doing the stem cell treatment rather than doing the medications, pharmaceuticals.
Yes? The question. The question is this a referral-based system? Actually, no, because the focus is less about serving the clinics. The clinics treat the patients, they're the practitioners, but we're more about helping employers, retirees, other people, various people that could benefit from the treatment. So we're more of a consultancy, and the platform is just part of that, so that people can see that this is something that is a viable option, because most people are not informed enough about it. So not only are they going to be more informed, they can then go to a clinic and book an appointment on the website, which right now they couldn't do otherwise. Yes? Yes? Is the question the education, do we have an education background? No, actually we're a blend. I mean, I do have experience as an educator in pharma, and my colleague, he can talk more about his experience.
I'm an electrical engineer, graduated from Georgia Tech in 1997. So what I bring to the table is the technology and the website and building the technology backend for this system.
Yes, in the back. Yes?
How do you guys vet them? What kind of, I assume you use software, do you look at reviews? Because there's, I assume, a lot of clinics out there.
Yeah, so the question is, how do we do the vetting of the clinics? So it's a combination of things, as you say. One of the things we're doing is using the software. We're also engaging with subject matter experts. There's an entire association that focuses on stem cell therapy. So these are the people that have been doing the research for, let's say, the last 20 years or more. And so more and more of them are helping us with the vetting process. Another thing that we're doing is we're going directly to the clinics, and they're sharing some of that data from the patients and also from other trials. Yes?
What is the size of your company?
Excuse me?
The size of your company.
What is the size of a company? Well, other than my partner and I, we have some small group of researchers working with us.
It's really only proprietary knowledge and basically the repository of information that you built. That's the way. Why would I come to you rather than go to a doctor and get the information directly from the doctor?
So the question is, why would you go to a doctor? Well, you could go to a doctor, but the reality is most doctors are so busy, they don't have much time to treat their patients. So not all of them, I'll just finish quickly, not all of them have learned enough about this treatment. It's really quite surprising. I mean, we've talked to certain large hospital groups, doctors that you would think that they might know about this treatment and its efficacy, and we don't think they've had the time to get to know the therapy. So a lot of them are still using the traditional therapies and recommendations they learned in med school many years ago.
All right, thank you very much, Med Advisor. All right, I'm coming back here to this side because I know that there are more people who are interested in things back here, and this side has been very loud, right? So I have an ATV hat. Who is my taker on the hat? All right, Brandon got louder. You were here, but you weren't very loud. You were like, yeah, maybe. All right, so I actually have this shirt. This is a good shirt. Oh, he's real loud. Does anybody want to try to be louder than that? And also extremely loud. Thank you for playing. So I actually had that shirt and I was wearing it in a Seattle airport and somebody came by and said, ATV! And I was like, yes, why do you know that? So first of all, that will make you friends everywhere. Second of all, thank you all for playing. I, at some point, am going to get a wheel up here and we're going to spin it and do something lottery style because sometimes people get really excited about me throwing shirts at them and sometimes, like tonight, I'm looking at all of you. They do not. Never know what you're going to get. Don't worry. We will try it again and do something else. Okay. We are on our fourth, last but not least presenters for the night. So can I please get a very excited welcome for Hotspots?
Thanks, Sally. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rick Lee.
And I'm Connor.
And we're the founders of Hotspots. Let me first start off by asking our audience here tonight a few simple questions. Quick show of hands. How many of you guys are dog lovers and own a dog? Okay. Now, how many of you guys are dog lovers and don't own a dog, maybe because you don't think you have enough time in your busy schedules to keep up with one? So, pretty much we all love dogs, right? But because of the modern on-the-go lifestyles that we live in today, it's hard for us to take on the responsibilities of having a companion of our own. And by solving these problems, Hotspots is able to connect dog lovers like yourselves with dog-loving professionals to help you take care of a companion of your own all in real time. Hotspots is the first mobile pet service app to offer mobile dog grooming as a service, which is obviously hard to find in a market like today, where you can't even get on a website and be able to connect with a dog service provider or groomer all in real time. We combine some of the best aspects of gig economy apps like Airbnb and Uber to give you a customizable, state-of-the-art experience, all in real time. Now, how do we solve these problems?
Well,
if we want to improve the lives of the groomers we employ, we first need to solve some problems in the marketplace. So, what are a few of those? First of all, routing. Routing and booking is incredibly time-consuming and inefficient to do while on the go. So in our app, we built in in-app routing and on-demand booking, allowing groomers who are out in the field cutting dogs to be able to easily and quickly fill holes in their schedule. Next, matchmaking. At Hotspots, it is paramount to us that you are 100% confident in the person that you let handle your dog. So in the app, you can go to groomer profiles and view things like previous cuts that they've done, like examples of previous work, as well as ratings from other customers. And then finally, transparency. There's little to no transparency of pricing in the grooming marketplace as it currently stands. It's very hard to compare prices from one groomer to another. Oftentimes you have to go on their website to find prices, if they even have a website, if they're not a bigger groomer. And even with the same groomer, pricing can vary greatly depending on the cut you get and especially the breed of dog that you have. In our app, it's easy to compare prices from one groomer to another. And you can also use our custom search filters to find exactly the cut and the price that's right for you. So why don't we take a look at some of the slides from our app, some of our design.
So we have two apps. So first, starting with the Hotspots Pros app. On the right, you can see a map, and as well as the ability to go on demand whenever you want, or off demand, or leave demand, I guess, just by toggling a button at the very top of our app. You also have the ability to access anything that your brand or business needs from our app. So on the left, you can see that we also added other services like dog boarding, house sitting, dog walking, all of these other services that most of you dog lovers would probably need in the on-the-go lifestyle that we live in the day, to be able to just access as a professional to you, so you can connect with a pet care professional that you can trust, as well as the ability to change your schedule on demand or in real time, and ratings and your profile, which is not shown right here on this picture. But let's look at the customer app.
So on the customer app, you can see on the customer app, you can see on the left here is a map. The map will be populated with all of the service providers in your area, so you can easily see when they are, where they are when they're on demand. You can click on their profiles, and from there you can easily view like information I previously alluded to, like the ratings and pictures of previous cuts and stuff like that. On the right, an example of a search filter you can use to make sure you're finding exactly the person that you want. Like you can search by groomers, you can search by walkers, house sitters, anything like that. Additionally, we have a chat system built into the app, so that if let's say you've contacted a groomer but you need to make some last minute adjustments to the appointment or what cut you want or something like that, you can contact them and chat through the app to let them know the changes that need to be made so you can feel comfortable when the time comes to get your dog groomed or walked or whatever service you choose.
So we are in closed beta, invite only. So if you guys want to join our closed beta, email us at rgustav@hotspots.com or cburns@hotspots.com, or go to our website, hotspots.com, to be a part of our closed beta. And we also want to give a shout out to our friends and family because they've helped out a lot. The front row over here, Aaron, Danny, my brother Donley, our moms, everyone who's helped gotten us to this point. Everyone in the picture as well, who might not be able to be here because they're too busy for our app. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Have a good night. We're glad to be the anchor. Shout out to Ali, your host, and everyone else who's attending here tonight. Questions? So the question is, how do we expect to grow our user base?
Sure. So once we've scaled a little bit, we've gotten some people in the app. We hope that we can get customers onto the app so that they can see people. Because there's a lot of people who don't even know about services like mobile grooming and especially mobile grooming, but also even stuff like dog walking and stuff like that. They might not realize that there's services out there. So, but especially with our focus of mobile dog grooming, once we get people onto the app with the groomers, then they'll be able to see that there's these appointments available. A lot of people don't know that they're available right now, and they can get them onto the app and be able to, once more people know about these services, they'll be able to book appointments. Because a lot of big tier groomers, their booking is filled, but for more other groomers who are just starting out in the industry, it's hard for them to get appointments with people because they just, especially if they live in a less populated area, it's hard for them to find local appointments for themselves.
So the question is, how do we monetize? So we take a service or a service fee from both the customers as well as our independent contractors, both of them. Our focus is mobile dog grooming, so that's completely free for anyone who is a mobile dog groomer, who is an independent business owner, to get on our app. Great question. Great question.
You in the back there?
So the question is, who are the competitors? So the biggest competitor here in the market is Rover. I think they started in 2011. They're worth around over $1 billion right now. They're buying companies in Europe. They're buying companies over here. And as a matter of fact, they recently started in-home grooming, not mobile grooming, but in-home grooming in Austin, Texas, Seattle, Washington, and as well as Colorado, Boulder. And they ran their beta in March 2018, and they're just now getting into grooming, because grooming is one of the biggest services that you can offer as a pet care professional. And then, of course, we have Wags, which was originally like the Uber model of pet care servicing. So you couldn't really see the service provider, right? So, I mean, you still can't. But now they're offering boarding and sitting as well as walking to compete with Rover, who's offering these services, but they're concierge. And in terms of the biggest service provider that has the focus similar to ours, Groomit, which is in New Jersey, Connecticut, and then parts of New York. They are the biggest grooming app service provider. But again, they're in-home grooming versus our mobile dog grooming platform, with a focus on mobile dog grooming, but of course, other services that we offer.
Just a quick addition to that. The main reason why all of those other services, besides last one, grooming, they only focus on in-home grooming, which is a very recent addition to their catalog. We're the only person to focus on mobile dog grooming as our main selling point and feature driving the app.
Could you explain that quick difference between in-home grooming and mobile grooming?
So the question was, can you explain the difference between in-home grooming and mobile dog grooming, Connor?
Sure. So the way these other services work, they have someone who's a groomer, and they come take the dog, you invite them into your home, and then you put the dog in like a tub that you have around, and you wash them, groom them there in the house. For mobile dog grooming, the way mobile dog grooming works is that these groomers have a grooming van that has a tub, a dryer, all the tools you need to groom a dog in the van, so that then when they arrive at your house, they pull up to your driveway or your front door or whatever, and you take the dog out to them and groom them in the van. So it's a less invasive process. You don't need to have someone you don't trust come into your home for mobile dog grooming, but it's also it's a lot of the people who are in the mobile dog grooming field are very experienced and professional. They've been doing this for a very long time, as opposed to in-home grooming, which is more of, it's a more generalized market.
So the question was, our revenue model is the consumer plus the independent contractor. So what percentage do we take of each? So right now, because we're pre-revenue, we haven't necessarily set in stone our percentage fees, but we're thinking 15% for most services, other than grooming, which we are offering for free for any mobile dog grooming to get on. So they'll have chat, they'll have the ability to match, and as well as meet and greet, FaceTime, and then everything else for free, like for mobile dog groomers specifically.
Guess who just asked the question without me reminding them to repeat the question the entire time? Can I have a round of applause for that? Thank you guys very much. Fantastic job. We appreciate you. All right, that is our show for tonight. I know it feels really early. It's okay. All of the presenters will be up here to chat. The volunteers will be in the back. If you want to talk about volunteering or presenting, come see me. And otherwise, let's have one more round of applause for our presenters for tonight.